Hey everybody, hope this video finds you well. I wanted to show you a little trick, something that I bought that can help with various indoor and outdoor cleaning projects, but particularly the wheel wells during winter months or really any time. So I wanted to show you this high pressure steam cleaner that I recently purchased. I will put a link in the description below, and here it is. It is totally handheld, so there's no need to hook it up to a hose, which for me is a huge convenience during the winter, especially when my hose is stored. It comes with all of these little attachments to get into little crevices. It's got a squeegee, an extension tube, and I just really like it. So I wanted to make a video and show it off a bit. Really easy to use. You fill up the water reservoir with that cap. It's obviously removable, and the cool thing is when it's really hot, it refuses to move. That's a good thing so that steam doesn't come out and burn you. So it's got a layer of protection there, pretty dense and high quality. And it comes with a little funnel that you kind of put in there and fill it up. Now you don't want to overfill it. You can obviously read the instruction manual. If you overfill it, you might have some issues with water kind of seeping out and even steam coming out or not getting as hot. So definitely read the instruction manual. You can definitely burn yourself. This is a pretty serious little tool. So once you've got the water in there as shown, take that funnel out and put the cap on, and you'll obviously screw it down as tightly as it will go. And next up, plug it in. And I like to keep the cord wrapped. So this is what makes it even more handheld and portable. If you're carrying around a really long cord, might be an extra step that you don't want to have to deal with. So I just keep the cord tight. And it's got a little lock button here, so you don't accidentally press the trigger and steam comes out when you're not wanting it to. Now here you can see me switching the attachments. In this case I have an extension that's a good 18 inches long, and we're just waiting for it to heat up. Okay, there was a little orange light right there that you saw turned off automatically, so we'll go ahead and unplug the unit. And before we go outside with it to clean off the wheel wells, we might as well clean up some things inside the house. So take it over here and I'll show you what it looks like cleaning the top of the oven. Now you don't have to do this next part, but I'm going to put a little attachment, a brush attachment on there so I can scrub. And it's a pretty soft bristle. It's not going to damage my oven. And with the water in the unit now hot and pressurized, I'll go ahead and squeeze the trigger and you can see the steam starting to come out. It gets really hot, and I'll just scrub away some of the stains. Now it doesn't get so hot that you can't use it on some of your stainless steel finishes, at least on mine. I had no problem with it at all. So go ahead and just spray, and you'll have to wipe it down a little bit afterwards. I also use it on my kitchen cabinets, just kind of getting some of the grime and whatnot off, and also it sanitizes really well. And if you need to clean like your refrigerator, it gets kind of into some of the smaller crevices without having to take it out and wash it. You might need to take it out and let it drain, but you see the point here. So we'll go ahead and take it outside, and I have some flower boxes that have kind of taken a hit with all the freezing and thawing cycles of winter, but here are some dead flower petals and dirt and accumulation from the winter. And just to clean this up a little bit, take the unit outside, and that heat from the steam will help lift the dirt from the little crevices and whatnot. And it did not remove any of the paint that was on there. So just kind of encourages the dirt to find another home. You'll want to bring a rag to kind of wipe that down so the water doesn't freeze. Moving out to my back porch, I have a screened-in porch that's painted white, obviously, and gets pretty dirty over the winter. So, for example, this little crevice right here, and so I could just power things up, and I might need to go plug it back in, and let it repressurize. You've got about 3 or 4 minutes of continuous steam spray on one hit of water, but you can see it here doing its thing. It'll increase the temperature of all that dirt, lift it up kind of out of there, And of course you have to wipe it down, but it comes right up. So that's a nice little feature. Help keep things clean. And speaking of clean, if you have vinyl siding, you can give it a blast and wipe it down and things come again right up. Now this is a chemical-free application. That's important to remember, at least for me, and there's something great about it knowing that it's all sanitized. Alright, so we're finally out here in the garage, and let's take a look at the car before we get to the wheels. Obviously we've got some grime, some salt deposits, all this nasty stuff that the tires kick up from the wintry roads. Again, it's February, and yeah, you don't have to hook up a hose. I love this thing. You can just fill it up and give it a blast. Gets everything nice and warm, and gets all that grime loosened up off the side of your car. And obviously, again, you'll have to wipe it down. But look at that, it comes right up. I don't have to wait for a 42 degree or a 51 degree winter day. I can do this anytime I want. Now after a few minutes of using the unit, the pressure might decrease, so you have to go back inside and plug it in for another minute or so until it repressurizes. Alright, and now here's the moment you've been waiting for, getting to the wheel wells. You could use a variety of attachments that came with it to get into your specific little areas, but for me this one works. This is just the standard attachment that comes with it, so I'm going to give it a good hit of steam, and there's just something so satisfying about being able to get into these little areas, something that my brush or my rag or my cleaners might not be able to do with much efficiency anyway. Now obviously if you have your own pressure washer or you take it to the car wash, you're going to have better results, but for being in the winter, this thing is amazing. You can get inside the lug nuts or around some of the smaller areas and just blast some of that grime and salt and all those deposits away. That's a pretty fast process, very efficient in terms of water usage as well. And I'll go over with my rag and just kind of get all the water and whatnot up. And I hope this video has been helpful.